Hi, I'm Clarke from Craftsuprint.com with another episode of Cut TV, and today I'm going to show you how to make my brand new concept, which is a 3D gift box card. And here it is when it comes. We've got decoupage on the front. As you can see, it's got quite a bit of depth to it, which is what makes it the box. It's got a nice area on the back to write on, and then I've closed mine with a little magnetic snap, which I've hidden inside. When you open it up, you've got a little box inside it, and this box, well, first of all you've got a pocket on this side with a couple of tags that you can pop in. Everything's decorated, and then you've got this box which I have fastened with a ribbon like this, and I've popped one of the little tags that also comes in the kit, and then the drawer in the box slides out for you to put a little gift in it, and then you can tie it back up again, so it makes a gift and a card all in one. And what's even better is they're really easy and quick to make too. So we'll get started. Pop that one to one side. You get 6 sheets in the kit, but one of the sheets is a backing sheet, and it tells you in the instructions which ones to print it onto the back of. And like in a lot of my kits, you've got some scoring to do before you cut out, and the score marks are all marked on it for you. There are also a number of greetings in the kit as well, so you can ring the differences. You get a small amount of decoupage, some tags, and then you get the drawer and the drawer sleeve as well. I've already cut those out to save some time, so I'm running out of space here. Look. So we're going to start with making the card itself. Now you've got 2 pieces to the card. You've got the back, and obviously you've got the front as well. And you need to line them up side by side so that you've got the shaped tag to one side and the 2 non-shaped ones in the middle like this. And then if you keep them in that order but turn them over, and what we're going to do is we're going to join them together using this flap in the middle so that it overlaps. So I'm going to use my sticky tape putter on a thingy for quickness, and I'm going to add tape to one of the flaps. And you can either line them up as I'm doing and flip the flap over like this, or you can line them however you want to do it. I like to use my bone folder to make sure that everything's stuck. And there we've got the 2 pieces together, and you can already start to see how it's going to come together. That's that way round, sorry, because that's the back. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the first layer of the front. Now if you're like me and you can't remember which bit is which, and the best thing to do is to write it on the back, which is what I've done with most of them. This one I'm going to put on flat because I don't want any more depth on the front. So I'm just going to add the sticky tape to the back of this. These layers are separate to give extra strength as well to your finished card, because obviously depending on what you put in it, you're going to have a little bit of weight in it. You just need to centre this. It's just a tiny bit smaller than your front, so you just need to centre that on it and stick it down. There is decoupage, but we'll put that on later. The next thing is your central spine, and you should have 2 pieces for central spine. That's a flat panel I've written on it, I'm glad to say. That's a spine panel. So the spine panel, again, it goes on completely flat. So I'm just putting a couple of pieces of sticky tape on, but you'd be better putting a bit more. And centre this again on the centre panel, like that. And then if you turn it over, and you'll find you've got a second spine panel. Oops. Pick it up. And it's exactly the same, so we're going to do exactly the same but on the inside, because we want the inside to be just as nicely decorated as the outside. So here we go, and we'll pop this again on the centre there. So there's that bit done. Now then, these pieces can go on later. The next thing you've got is an inner front panel, but you've also got the pocket. Now you can either add the pocket using these little flaps straight down onto there, or you can do as I'm going to do, which is to wrap it around the front panel like this, and then add the double-sided tape carefully and stick it to the back of the front panel, which makes for a really quite neat finish as well. Well, it is if you don't get your sticky tape everywhere. And the last one. And it means that your pocket is right the way down at the bottom where it wants to be as well. And you're not going to have to centre it when you finish it either. So there, that bit is already on there now. You've got your little pocket. Now, again, we're going to stick this on flat. I'm going to add my tape round the outside and a couple of pieces to the inside. Again, I would suggest perhaps something with a little bit more tack than the sticky tape putter on a thingy. There we go. Now then, the trick for this is of course to make sure you've got it the right way up. So we've got that way around there, and so the pocket needs to be this way around. And again we're going to centre it, this time onto the inner panel. And then we've got some tags that can slip in there, which I've cut out. You've got 4 tags to choose from, so you can choose which ones you want to use. And we'll pop that to one side, because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the box. I think we'll start with the sleeve first. Now then, on the sheet for the sleeve, which I will just find here, there we go, we've got an easy fold frame. And you need to score, what do I do with the ruler? Here it is. I just pop the ruler along it. You need to score along the inside of the line. It does show you on the instructions exactly where to do it. So you would place your ruler there and score around all 4 sides. That's the only thing I think that you've not got the registration marks for scoring, because obviously I couldn't put them, you'd see them on the sleeve itself. And then when you cut it out, you need to cut these little diagonal lines. Now if I show you on the piece that I have cut out, you'll see exactly what that ends up like this. Obviously, with all the score lines, use your bone folder and you give it a really good crease. And then what you do with these 4 is you add double-sided tape to the inside of them and fold it over and stick it down. This gives you, not only does it reinforce the frame, but it gives you a lovely edge to your frame as well. So you don't have to worry about the cutting out whether it's not exact, because it's not going to see. Ooh, not going to be seen. I've got a very squeaky sticky tape putter on a thingy today. There we go. And again I'm going to use my bone folder just to push it, make sure that everything is flat and in place. Now then, I like to use acetate on it. It also strengthens it, but it finishes it off nicely too. And I've cut out a piece of acetate that is approximately just under 4 inches by 5 inches, so that it will fit within there when those 2 flaps are folded down. And I'm going to add that now by running, again, sticky tape along all 4 sides of the wrong side of the frame. And I'm getting stuck up here with this. And the last side there, like that. If I can disentangle myself from it, we'll pop the acetate in place on the inside. And again, I'm going to make sure it's on. Now when we turn it over, you can see what a really neat job that has made of the frame. And because of the acetate, you've got that extra strength as well. Now we've got 2 pieces to the slider, and so again we need to join them together. Now I like to do it so that the join is at the bottom, so that it's not seen at the top. So I like to join it together like that. So I have quite helpfully written on here, glue, glue, so that I know where to put it. So again, I'm going to add glue to these 2 pieces here. That one and this one. And then, if I turn it over, and again, I'm going to line them up carefully and flip the flap over. Make sure that that still folds nicely. And then the last one is even easier, because what I find it's easier to do is to fold that in there, and then if you fold the spine part down and fold this forward, because it's a box and it should be even, that automatically goes into the right place. So there we've got the sleeve ready constructed. Now I've actually not lined it up as well as I might have done, but you will have more time to do it than me, so I'm just going to trim it slightly at the bottom and again at the top, because like I say, I've not lined it up exactly because I'm rushing. There we go, that's better, isn't it? And now we need this back in again, and this is going to stick right in the centre there. And the easiest way to do that is to fold it flat again and to add your double-sided tape to the base of this. And a couple of pieces down the middle. Now this one really would be much better with some stronger tape as well. And so we look where the centre is. Ha ha ha! We nearly forgot a very important step. This bit really doesn't matter because it doesn't do any real job at all, this one through the middle here, but it does look nice with a bit of ribbon over it. So I'm going to add the ribbon there like this, approximately in the centre, sticking it to the double-sided tape that I put on earlier, and there, like that. But the one the other way will stop the drawer from sliding out, so we're going to add some the other way as well. And we need to make sure that it is plenty long enough to tie, which I think somewhere there will do. I'll pop that out to one side. And then, if I find the centre point of it, which is there, and place this again. This one's going the lengthways of it, so I'll pop it approximately there, so that when the drawer is in place, this can come over. Now, of course, I've gone and stuck it to my map, haven't I? Luckily, it's come up again. We'll add a little bit more sticky tape over the ribbon, I think, just to make sure that everything is going to stay in place, if possible. There we go. And here again, we'll try again, shall we? That was nearly a disaster, wasn't it? We've averted it. And I'm going to centre this. This is on the inner back of the card. There we go. And by squashing it flat, I can try and make sure that everything is adhered as well as possible. I can push it back up again, ready to take that. As you can see, there's the front of the card, and that's where the box is. Again, I'm going to move it to one side while we make the drawer. Now, the drawer has been cut out. You could, in fact, print the backing paper on the inside as well if you wanted a pretty interior to your drawer. So I've cut it all out, I've scored all the lines, I've folded them, and I've used the bone folder, and I've also cut the little cut lines. They're marked on the instructions as well. And the first thing we need to do with this is those that have got these little tabs on, the outer flap you can put double-sided tape on and fold them straight down. This and the slider, because of they've both got double wall construction, so that does make that nice and strong. So again, we're going to do the same on this side, because we don't want a floppy drawer, do we? And again, I'm going to stick it down. So that's the two sides done. Now for this last side, I'm going to just fold those in a moment, and I'm going to add double-sided tape to both pieces of the flap. You could add it to the wrong side of these little flaps, but it's so much easier to add it to the big flap, believe me. So again, I'm going to do the same on this side as well. Two bits there, and I'm going to have two bits there for now. Now then, this is a really easy bit. You lift up one of the sides and push in the little flap, and then making sure that this edge stays true to that corner to stick it in place. And we're going to do exactly the same on all four corners. So again, stick it into place, and there we have all four corners done. And the last thing to do is just to fold in these two end pieces, and that's your drawer almost completed. I then like to go round with my bone folder, and especially pushing these pieces into the corners, just to make sure that everything is stuck down and that it's nice and true as well. And now your drawer will slide into your card, or into the sleeve. Before we do that, I'm going to put something in it. I found a nice piece of tissue paper here, and this time, instead of chocolates, I've got a little face mask there, and we've got some cream and what's that, body lotion, and here we've got some lip care as well. Make it a little pamper kit for this one, and I'm going to slide that in. There we go. And then the ribbon that I put on earlier we can tie into a bow. I've got just a couple more things to do to finish this off. We've got those little flaps I said we would do earlier, and now then I have got a sticky backed magnet, a double-sided magnet, and we'll see if we can stick that into place. For some reason I've gone and put my mark of where it's supposed to go on the wrong side. It would be better if it was on that side, so that's where we'll put it, I think. And again on this side. So there's two pieces to this magnet, and the first thing I've got to do is to take the backing off of one of them, leaving the two pieces stuck together, and I'm going to put it approximately in the middle of the shape flat this time, I think. And then I'm going to take the backing off of it. Oh, I had got it the right way around. I'm going to... No, I haven't. That's the wrong side, isn't it? Let's hope it will still stick the other way. No, it won't stick the other way. But I've gone and made a right hash of that, haven't I? It should have been totally the other way round. No. It should have been on this side of it, and then hidden by... I think I've got the wrong pieces of the magnet. Just take no notice of that. You can hide a magnet between it, but just take my word for it. Or you could use Velcro to fasten it. And then, once you've got the... We'll pretend we've got the magnets on there, and that Carol hasn't just made a hash of that. And then you can take your flat panels, which will then cover the magnets, which of course are there. We all know this, don't we? So that you've got a hidden closure, or you would have. I did it right on the other one, honest. And then I'd place that one on there like that. So that would have closed nicely like that. And then the one last thing to do is to take the decoupage, which I have already cut out. I like to leave a little white around mine, but you can fussy cut yours if you like, and add that onto the front, there, like that. And there we have it, a gift box card. So it's a card, and it's got a little gift in it as well. It would be great for Mother's Day, or I've got some that are suitable for baby gifts as well, or like with the other one, this is a really nice one to fill with chocolates. Or what about a cellophane bag and fill it with handmade cookies for Mum or Grandma or whatever. Anyway, there are lots of my gift box cards to choose from. They're all on the website, and I hope you've enjoyed watching them, and you'll find them all at www.craftsuprint.com/Carol Clarke, and hope to see you again next time on Cup TV. Bye!